Hi everyone. I'm back in the art room and I'm working on a problematic watercolor. Sometimes I set things aside so that I can kind of look at it for a while and try to figure out what it needs and work on other watercolors. And so I'm coming back to it and I'm putting in a little bit of horizon line background and some middle ground to see if that helps support the Marin Fall, who is fashion and Charlie, baby Charlie. And he was named after my brother Chuck a year before Chuck's death. But Chuck never got to meet him or see him because we were living at Utah at the time and Chuck wasn't able to travel. Plus, there was that whole earthquake in '94 that made it really hard for me to see my brother. But, that's in the book too. So I'll show you what I'm doing here and I'll keep talking. And if you have any suggestions of what you think I should be doing, I'm happy to hear them. So, yeah. I'll just kind of focus mostly for a bit here. Although it's like I have to blow myself off before I come in here because my cat, 20-year-old cat, sleeps in my lap. And I'm getting cat hairs on the piece and they really mess with the paint. So I have to pick them off. I almost need tweezers to get them off. So just trying to put some kind of loose middle ground here. Kind of help support the Marin Fool. I've been putting more detail into them. Noses I worked on yesterday, a little bit on the eyes, but I need to, and Charlie Blue Charlie here, has gotten quite a bit more work. He'll probably get a little bit more. I can see some places in the neck and maybe the legs. But I like his body. I like the way the layers are working, showing different colors and values, building up the values. And it's really hard to not lose the lightest values. Sometimes you have to lift the paint back up. And if the paint is a staining watercolor, it's really almost impossible to lift back up. So, yeah. So there's all of this. Guess I need to focus here instead of talking so much. Sometimes you want to just get a bigger, different brush. Makes a different color. Try it out. Gotta have enough water here. Well, that's light enough. I think I can put some of that in. Sometimes it's nice to work dry brush because it really gives you the character of the brush. But other times you just want to work really wet so that it just kind of works in layers and so that you can build up the color on the canvas. I really love using the watercolors that have been sitting there for weeks or months. Okay, not too much water, Deborah. I'm working at a slight slant instead of totally flat, just because it's easier and because it's hard for me in this space to drop this flat. So, and I can reach up here and see a little better. So it's kind of a balance between having a true easel and working flat, which I think a lot of watercolors do. I would love to see a plein air watercolorist working on an easel and see how they manage that. I am not schooled in watercolor. I've had a couple of classes, community college, and from artists who are really good. But I'm mostly schooled in sculpture. I have 2 degrees in clay sculpture. And I love using my horses for my sculptures because, boy, I can just feel the shape of them in the clay. And I love doing that. But haven't been able to get out with the horses lately because of this leg. And hopefully we're going to get that resolved real soon. As I get to go see Mayo Clinic surgeon in a week or so. And I'm really excited about that. A little nervous, but mostly excited. It's been a year that I've been trying to get in there, so yeah. Okay, well, it's probably gone long enough, so I'm gonna stop.